happening, everyone? Hello, and welcome to the Review Roulette Podcast, the podcast that brings strangers together for a movie night. I'm your host, Lora. Join me as I bring two strangers together as we watch and review a randomly selected movie. Now let's spin that wheel and see what movie Lady Luck has picked for us tonight. 20 again. What is 29? Coraline?
Coraline?
How's Coraline sound? Sounds better. Can you find Coraline? The whole thing of this is that we could find all of these on Amazon.
Wait, Coraline? Coraline's a great film.
Yes,
like, it's really good.
Coraline. We found it. Okay.
All right, good.
I think I've seen it once. I think is it based off a book? I'm trying to remember. I feel like I read the either book or graphic novel
by Neil Gaiman.
Oh yeah, that's why I read that.
Coraline came out in 2009. The premise is an adventurous 11-year-old girl finds another world that is ideally strange.
You got this.
Blah, blah.
You got this.
That is a strangely idealized version of her frustrating home, but it has sinister secrets. This is one of my favorite Neil Gaiman books. It's amazing.
Really?
Yeah, I really like this book.
It's better than American Gods?
I said one of my favorite, not my favorite.
American
Gods is my favorite book. It is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I actually saw this, and I'm actually really impressed with the production on it because it's all stop motion. There's no CG. It's great.
I'm so excited. Okay, let's go through.
Yeah, I'll just go through the cast real quick. It is directed by Henry Selick, who's known for such things as Coraline, James and the Giant Peach, and Nightmare Before Christmas. It stars Dakota Fanning, who plays Coraline, or as I forget one of the main characters always goes, Caroline. Who's known for I Am Sam, War of the Worlds, and Man on Fire.
She's really not been in anything in that long.
I guess not. Terry Hatcher, who plays the other mother, and she is known for Tomorrow Never Dies, Lois and Clark, and Desperate Housewives. Jennifer Saunders, who plays Miss April Spink and Other Spink, and she is known for such things as Absolutely Fabulous, French and Saunders, and Shrek 2.
I believe she's her Absolutely Fabulous character in those movies.
And Keith David, who everyone knows what he's for, and he plays the cat.
He's in everything that I love. I used to have that ringtone, and it scared people, so I had to stop having it.
So, when we're at G-Fest, you hear that ringtone all the time. Because it's so funny, because in Artist Alley, so many times, like, either that phone will go off or someone else's phone will go off, and you hear the roar, and everyone will stop what they're doing in, like, a 10-foot radius and look at their phones.
Yeah, I had that one, and then I think, because there was, like, the sound app one where you could pick the different roars, and I was like, I had that one. I had like the Millennium one for a bit, and I was like, every time it went off, somebody like jump. I'm like, I need to have a different. I'm sorry.
I do have a stupid Coraline story, and everyone can talk about how they like it or not, see it or not. But
it sounds like we're all pretty excited for Coraline.
Yes, I love Coraline. When I learned that I cannot see 3D is with Coraline. I was so hyped to see the movie, and put on your 3D glasses, and I go and see the movie, and I'm like, everything is blurred, and then I learned, oh no. I have astigmatism and I cannot see 3D.
So I have one better. I hate Avatar, the movie by
I hate that movie.
I would say Kirk Cameron, but not Kirk. It's not Kirk Cameron. It's James Cameron.
James Cameron, yeah.
It might as well be.
I hate that movie because when we saw it, I saw it in 3D, and it gave me a headache because. With all of the details in it, that 3D rendering of the glasses, it made my brain try to focus on stuff. It's packed with so much detail. You want to try and look at all the cool little details about everything. So I'm trying to focus on the foreground, on the background, on the midground. But like anytime I tried, my brain was trying to focus on that attention, but it couldn't because it was not visibly able to do so. But I don't have that problem with animated films. Like live action 3D messes with me, but animated films don't do that.
Yeah, because you can't do that, or you can't do like because we went to Universal Studios and like every time we were on the Transformers ride, he's like, "What's happening?" I'm like, "There's robots fighting other robots." Like, what else do you think is happening?
Okay,
Sure.
if it's anything like Michael Bay's films, if it's blry robot fighting, you were not missing anything.
Yeah,
it is just like metal on metal, and there's not even. I don't think there's any human characters. It was just like he's like, "What's happening?" I'm like, listen, it's fine, everything's fine.
People are going, "Oh, things are flying by." I'm like, huh?
You're supposed to be scared. You're like, it's just more scary. The vision blur. Oh,
it's like, okay, it's just blurring, moving, lots of metal parts. I don't know if I'm supposed to be worried about shrapnel or the fact I can't see what's coming at me.
Yes.
You'd be a horrible whatever team. I think we're supposed to train to be on some team. You would.
They all look the same.
Yeah.
Wear your glasses.
Like I am.
That's not as funny as one time we went to that brought my attention. One time we went to a movie here in town, and we're watching it, and like it's starting, but then it hits like that little buffering icon you see on YouTube sometimes at the time. And so I'm sitting there for like a good minute. I finally go, buffering. Everyone busted up laughing.
I didn't even know they did that.
Some of them do, because a lot of the movies now are recorded digitally.
Oh,
And they're not on an actual film format. They're all on digital projectors and digital files. So sometimes if the machine's not running it really well, it'll start buffering as it's trying to load up the film. It's not as bad as what happened to Black Panther when we went to go see that. That was a mess. Like the first 20 minutes of it was just this nasty green coloration where everything was supposed to be black. So
wait a minute.
Like one of those reversed images where it shifted the colors and it's just mostly green and a little bit of purple, and like, oh, it was such a nightmare to look at.
Oh God!
And then and then it turned into to the point where we were getting no picture but audio. Then finally, a third time, it started working right.
It's like, got this. Oh. I guess we'll do one. What is it? We went to go see. Well, I don't remember the movie we went to go see, but they were playing The Giver. And we're like, and like everybody around it were like, "Did you pay to see The Giver?" And they're like, "No." We're like, "Are we in The Giver movie theater?" It's like nobody wanted to see The Giver. It's like we ran out. Like this lady's like, "I got this," and she just ran out of the theater. And then like 2 seconds later, it was like, "Burr," and then like our movie started. We're like, "I want to watch this movie." Oh, I guess we will start Coraline.
Yes.
It's not as bad as I went to go see Rogue One.
Oh,
There was a power outage. Like literally, like not even the title scroll starts, but like the movie just kind of starts, and all of a sudden just and we're waiting for like a good 10 minutes, 10, 20 minutes. It's like, we're sorry, the power's not coming back up. There was an accident. Found out later that like a couple blocks down the way, a truck hit some ice and slammed into one of the power poles.
Oh,
Knocked out power for several blocks around it.
oh, you're like, I was in the movie
Yeah,
theater.
that was. Oh.
Well, the movie did compensate us and say, well, here's a free pass to your next movie, whenever you come to see it, when everything's back up and running. Which is like, we appreciate that.
You're like, we'll take that. Oh,
Something.
you ready? Let's start.
Yep.
Coraline.
Oh, do you want his movie suggestion while I get it?
It was Black Hole, right?
Yeah, Black Hole.
Yes.
We already went through this.
Well, you have a second suggestion in case we can't find that one.
In case you can't find that one,
I'm sure we can. That was a one-time. That was the first time.
Okay. I don't know what rating your podcast is.
Just not like NC-17. I don't know.
Okay. I do have a recommendation. There is some nudity. It's not much. It's not even tasteful. But it's not like, it's borderline exploitation, I guess. House Shark.
Okay.
House Shark.
We've got like 4 Shark-themed movies now, right? Because we have Jaws, then we have Chwas, which is the Korean Jaws. Oh, I guess the other ones are pig movies. We have a lot of pig movies.
I could give you like 2 different like giant pig movies too, like Boar and Razorback.
Yes,
I want to see that
Razorback
one.
was
But I recommend House Shark because it borders the line of trying to take itself too seriously, but also being very out there. And it's actually kind of funny with some of the bullshit it does. I watched it and I was just Facebooking my reactions to it, and it was fucking hilarious.
I will add it in there. We'll have some other. It'll make up for the fact that we had like everybody roll out on us today. Like you get 2 movies.
I will recommend one movie for you guys if it's not on your list or if you guys haven't seen it yet. The Black Hole.
Oh, isn't there a ride based off of it? I feel like
I don't think so. No, there's not a Disney ride because I don't think there's any Disney ride. But the Black Hole was an actual Disney produced and financed film by their studios. But when it came out in like the early 80s, and I saw it when I was like really young on the Disney Channel. And it's like a science fiction, not so much fantasy, but it's also entirely scientifically inaccurate. With some weird stuff going on there with black hole and gravity and stuff. But it was just so surreal. I wanted to see it again. I want to get a copy of it to watch it again. But I wanted to see it lately, but Good Bad Flicks did like a 40-minute history on it, and I want to see it so bad again because of that. I just
Mortal Kombat one. I think that's the one I watched and I really liked.
I just remember the one thing I remember out of the end of it was the very ending. Like the exact ending of it was what stuck with me for all these years.
It's always weird to think about like the random because I watched like Explorers, that one that has like Ethan Hawke and Joaquin Phoenix's brother, and I always just remember the end because it has like the alien. It's like the weird random movies that stick out from you when you're a little kid. You're like, I just remember this one scene of this one part. But it's like, haunted me for years.
There was one, when we had a Hastings, which I don't know if you guys remember Hastings at all, if you guys had Hastings where you're at, but they were basically like a Blockbuster, but also did like video games, geek memorabilia. They sold comics, they sold music, they sold other geek memorabilia, games, toys, collectibles, all that stuff. Mostly a bookstore before they branched out into all this other stuff. And I used to go and rent like a whole bunch of bad movies from them to watch over a weekend. And I've seen a couple of them are really terrible. And there was one that we watched and like 10 minutes in, it's like, I can't watch this. We have to stop this. It was about, if I remember right, it was about eels attacking like a Louisiana bayou town. It was bad. I want to call it was like it was either razor fin or razor teeth, one of the two, but it was so bad.
Razor, that sounds like a razor teeth versus
like sharktopus,
yeah,
sharkantula. I want to see that because that looks so stupid.
I think that was the one they just announced, right?
Like, it's the one they just announced. I shared it, and it got shared by a bunch of other people that I don't know why they watch me.
It literally just looks like they're like a two. It looks like kids playing with toys. They're like, we just dang them together. Like it's a shark and an octopus put together, and then it's a shark and a tarantula.
What was it? There was another one. There was another one I saw. I got to find it. See if they actually have the video release. It's a sequel to two other movies the studio did, where it's like murder hornets versus a zombie Rex, and I'm like, I'm invested. You had my interest. Now you have my attention.
It's like you had me at murder hornets,
or you had me at undead Rex. You had me at undead Rex. I have to find it. So I shared it on my Facebook. I have to find it. I don't know if it's out yet.
Zombie dinosaurs. I feel like something that people could do. I was thinking.
Necromancy dinosaurs is something I want to do with a necromancer. I want to do a necromancer paleontologist. Would be hilarious in a D&D campaign.
Oh, that'd be cool. You're doing like Diablo, where you're just like the necromancer, except just bones. It's just like, and my raptors arise. You could be like a druid and a necromancer put together.
Exactly.
I don't play D&D. I played Diablo. I played Diablo.
I'm sorry.
Just started Final Fantasy 14. I was like, I need to not find things that just suck up so much of my time.
I know the feeling.
Okay, we're just going to go watch the movie now, and we'll be right back here for our review in part 2 in just a second. But just so you don't feel left out, here are some choice clips from us watching the movie.
Yeah, kangaroo mice are from the United States.
Really? Which part?
Yeah. Southwestern, predominantly in the state of Nevada.
Oh.
That's not where we live.
Obviously.
We don't live in Las Is it really? I've never seen one. I don't even seen a squirrel here.
Yeah.
Where do you guys live?
We live in Las Vegas.
Oh, well, that would explain some things.
We're not from here. We live here.
Now, there's
It's a shame only one of them died and we had to kill the other 8.
Couldn't stand to let them be alone.
Yes.
Help me.
Kill me.
The big dresser bug's just saying, fill me.
Bring me your sweaters.
And you brought
Bring me your undergarments. I require them to be folded and pressed.
Let's get started with part 2, shall we? But first, if you'd like to be a guest on the Review Roulette podcast, just sign up at our website. It's www.reviewroulettepod.com. That's www.reviewroulettepod.com. There we go.
That movie is so good. It's a really good movie.
I forgot how long it was. I mean, it was not that it was long, like it felt long, but like I forgot about the kids, like with the missing eyes.
Yeah.
Like I thought she just went back and forth the 3 times and then fought her. Like, and
I remember the cat, and I remembered, because it's been years since I've seen this, but I remember the cat, I remember the kids, I remember the basic story of all of it, and it's just a good, solid movie, and it's all stop motion, and it's got obvious Tim Burton reference. I think he had something to do with the production of it.
It would be hard not to look like that.
Good imagery to it.
Be like, we made this other style of movie that looks just like as Halloweeny as the first was that the first one he did? The first claymation type one?
I think it was for
Frankenweenie?
Tim Burton.
Was that before or after James and the Giant Peach?
Nightmare Before Christmas, James and the Giant Peach, Monkey Bone, Coraline,
Monkey Bone,
Wendell and Wild. The guys who did Paranorman did something different.
Oh, okay. That was the other one I couldn't think
I think
of.
it was Paranorman.
I always confuse that one. Is it Frankenweenie?
Frankenweenie.
Yeah, I always think those are the same one.
Because there was Paranorman. There was also what was another one that the stop motion one that was Box Trolls was another stop motion.
Yeah.
One.
And then is it? I guess that's because I always think of the different styles because there's like what is it? Wallace and Gromit is.
Oh yeah, the very English stop motion. And then they also did like the same studio did the stuff with like the. There was a caveman one and there was a pirate one I haven't seen. It's like, well, yes, but technically no.
Yeah. The crew. Wait, the crew.
Not Croods. That's CG.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
I feel like I think of the caveman one. But yeah, I forgot how much was in that. I'll have to read the book. I don't
see
because you said that one of the differences was like the kid and his mom were added.
Yeah, I think the kid and his grandma are added to the movie to add extra exposition for pacing. But in the book, Coraline comes and finds out all this stuff on her own.
Oh, like probably just like stuff around the house and everything.
Yeah, and also talking to the neighbors and stuff. Let me see here. The Pirates, An Adventure with Scientists. That's the one I'm thinking of. Oh. And then Early Man is the other one. That's also part of that.
Yeah, Early Man.
Oh, yeah, that looks very Wallace and Gromit.
That's Peter. Let's see, that was Nick Park.
Nick Park. Creator of Wallace and Gromit. Yeah, so that's.
And then also, who is it? Pirates.
Was that other?
Oh, yeah, there's also. Oh, wait, no, Flushed Away was CG. Never mind.
Oh, yeah, the rest. What was that? Because there was like 2 Abominable Snowman movies that came out at the same time. Wasn't one of them Claymation, Littlefoot? And then there was Smallfoot. And then there's one other one where it's like they find the Abominable Snowman, and then they bring him. I thought that was Claymation. Like now I'm realizing there's so many more Claymation movies than I had ever thought.
There's a lot of Claymation movies, but there's not a lot. There should be more, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Because the style takes forever to do. Because the first Godzilla movie, they thought about doing Claymation for a lot of the special effects scenes, but that would have taken 6 years.
Oh God.
So that wasn't going to happen. I
just imagine like the attention span these people have to like.
Well, here's another Claymation one, Hell and Back. Stop motion adult animated fantasy comedy film.
That is on Netflix. And that one was okay. That was like is either on Netflix or Comedy Central. Because who's the voices? It's like Mila Kunis is in it, I think.
Yeah, I saw Mila.
Yeah, I remember watching that one. I think I watched it on Comedy Central. Yeah, there's way more.
Oh yeah, Shaun the Sheep is also another one from that same kind of style.
Oh yeah,
there's so many. So how long did this? I guess that's probably in the IMDb. How long it took to make? Oh, I think Nick found it. It took a week to make each 1 minute and 30 seconds of the movie. Oh my God.
Yes, Claymation is very, very time consuming.
Yeah, I don't have the attention span to do that.
Why is Kubo and the 5 Strings not on this list? Oh, well, it's not a comprehensive list. That one's also really good.
Would that be the most recent?
I think
one?
so.
It reminds me of like a animation where they have to like move the mouth
Yeah.
lips. Like is each syllable a different head?
Oh wait, no, that wasn't the most recent. I think the most recent was that one Bigfoot movie that was
What is that one? It's like not Harry the.
No, it's not Harry and the Harrisons. This is so much recent. It was
I can see him because he has like he wears an outfit.
Yeah, he wears an outfit. What was that? Because we watched it and it was good.
I remember seeing that because I remember seeing the trailer because I saw the trailer for that one and then
Here we go. List of stop motion films. This will help me find it. Year movie. What do we have? Missing Link.
Yes. Oh, yes. Because essentially they find him and they're trying to take him in.
Yes. Let's see here. Alien Xmas is also another one came out in 2020. The Wolf House. That's actually in Puppet. Early Man. That's the other one. Isle of Dogs was a puppet.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I found a list of. Just look up list of stop motion films.
Oh.
Little from the Fish Shop. Shaun the Sheep movie. Kubo and the Two Strings. It was 2 strings, not 3 strings. My Life as a Corget. That is from Switzerland. I'm not sure what a Corget is. Okay, so there's a Pinocchio stop motion one coming out this year. There's Chicken Run 2. Wendell and Wild is an upcoming American stop motion animated dark fantasy horror comedy film. That is a lot of adjectives.
Yes.
Oh, and it's directed by the same. Oh, it's Jordan Peele and it's directed by the same director as this movie.
Key and Peele.
Yeah. So essentially, it's Keenan and Peele and director of Coraline put together.
That's great.
Screenplay by Jordan and Keegan. Well, I guess we pretty much removed it. So I guess ours is like a simple review. Would you recommend Coraline to anybody?
I would definitely recommend Coraline. It is a nice, good movie. It's got good pacing. It's got really great visuals, color design, sound design. The voice acting is superb.
Yeah.
I think it actually doesn't get as much positive attention as it should because it is overall just a really good movie. When I got it watching with a friend of mine, we hadn't seen it. We didn't get a chance to see it in theaters. So we got together and watched it on DVD, and we were really surprised at how good it was. Like we thought it was CG for a bit, and then we watched the little special. We watched the production stuff on it. It's like, no, this was stop motion. That puts a whole other level on top of it.
I wonder if it was because I didn't see it in theater. I saw it on. I think I bought the DVD. But
there was a theatrical release.
So it was like I wonder if it wasn't like advertised very well, or if something else came out at the same time.
I remember advertisements for the movie in theaters. It just wasn't. I wasn't able to go see it myself because I think at that time I was still going through college and some other stuff. So when was it? 2009.
Yeah, 2009. Trying to remember when. Then I know I saw it in theater, but I don't.
It makes me wonder if it's like was this the same year that like Corpse Bride came out to where like there was. It just seems weird. It's so good, yeah. And it's like I love it just shows that Neil Gilliam is just
Let me see. 2009 we had Coraline. No, because I think Coraline came out in its own thing.
It came out the same year as Avatar. That's why.
That might be why. But it came out months before Avatar. It came out in like the February. Avatar came out like the summer. It was a summer blockbuster. But this is because remember, movie theaters like to put their stuff in February and March where they know it will go to die.
Yeah.
Because they can't bring in those bigger numbers during the summer. But I do remember seeing adverts for this for movie trailers when it was in theaters. We just weren't able. I wasn't able to watch it till much later. Not that I didn't want to see it. I wanted to see it. I just don't think I had the time because this was 2009. I was in grad school. And I was also shipping back and forth between Thermopolis and Hayes during the summer months, so I didn't get a chance to go see it.
Oh, yeah, because it's like I remember seeing. I forgot how much. I liked it. So bad. I'll have to read the book now. When I finish Sandman,
Okay.
Then I think I only have like 2 more Neil Gaiman books. Like let's have to add. Oh, I guess there's no movie. There's no American Gods movie. There's just a show.
Just a show, yeah.
Just a show.
Okay.
But I definitely recommend Coraline to any casual movie. If you like stop motion, it's really good. If you just like it good, it's actually not a bad children's film.
No, yeah.
I would recommend this to my friends' sons, and they're like 8, 10-ish. So I think they'd actually enjoy this.
Yeah. I think they wrote like because at first I remember like thinking that the mom was like a bad character, but they did a good job like transitioning it quickly over to where you're like, oh, like obviously I can understand both of their points of view. Like
they're hardworking parents trying to work on a deadline, and the kid wants attention, and the kid just had to move. Everything's going bad for them, and they want something familiar, which is kind of hard to do. I mean, I think what's the Disney Pixar movie that came out with Joy, Inside Out?
Yeah,
I think Inside Out kind of pointed that out as well. It's like, you've got a tumultuous time where you're moving to a new place, new location, new environment. Your parents are busy trying to get themselves settled in, and you're trying to settle in, but you need their help to try and get you through that. So it kind of ties into that. And since I've moved around a lot in my life, I kind of identify with Coraline and her parents.
Yeah.
Because you're dealing with work stuff, you're dealing with personal, trying to acclimatize to everything, and it's just kind of a snowballing into kind of a negative feedback loop of stuff. But it's hard to get out of that. But I think they did a good job of trying to show, like, the mother is not like neglectful or mean or anything like that. She's trying to work.
And you're like, oh wait, she's
stressed
dealing with the kid.
and working.
Yeah. I think I kind of like, now that I think about it, it was kind of smart to put like, oh, the accident, like it's just like one other thing that's on top of everything else that they have. It's like, oh yeah, it's like she's having to deal with that, and maybe her parents who are just kind of still trying to figure all of this out, because it sounds like they still didn't quite understand their roles. Like it's like, I guess like you cook even though you can't cook, and then it's like I'll clean. It's like, oh.
And then you see even when they come back home, you assume the parents don't remember anything. They're like, oh, we're taking you out. I had a bad day.
It's like, well,
we're
taking
taking it better. It's fine. Yeah, we'll make it better.
Well, no, because they took him out not because of that, but because it's like the book deal went through. This is a reason to celebrate. Everything's good. We have reason to splurge. Yeah. So we'll go and splurge. It's like, no, that makes sense, because it's like it's not as ethereal or as surreal as you would expect it to be. It is just straight up dark fantasy. Just certain people don't remember what's going on. Like, you almost think Coraline's still having all of these memories and stuff going on. Like, it's all a dream sequence for her until, like, the very end when the parents get kidnapped. And the parents just treat it like it's a kid's fantasy, but Coraline knows the truth, and so does Wybie. Yeah. So it's nice. It's kind of cute and stuff, and I like the ending of it.
I like that at least Wybie knew, because like I think I would have been frustrated if it was like, was she, because we were just talking about in our other one where it's like, it's always a dream or somebody died, and then that's them going to heaven, where it's like, oh, it's like at least she has like that one fixture of like, oh, this was real. I have this one other person who nobody else will believe, because for the same reasons nobody will believe me, but it's like I have that one thing, and then I guess the audience has that too, where it's like, well, yes, it was real. There was a weird spider hand closet mouse thing. Ugh.
Freaking like spider hands.
Ugh. It's like Freddy Krueger and the Terminator all put together.
Oh no, but it was so creepy. Like, everything that they did here was really good, I thought. I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoy it. I think I have a copy of it still. Somewhere in my collection of movies, which is buried in a mess over off screen. But I enjoyed it. I mean, I thought it would be a good movie, because I think I remember I bought it for my friend and I to watch. Because they didn't get to see it in the theaters. I didn't get to see it in the theaters. We both wanted to watch. It's like, okay, you're coming to visit for a week. Let's put on some movies and just kind of enjoy it. It was fun.
Yeah, because it's a good. I'm glad we put it in here, because we were trying to figure out like good, not like I won't say generic, because it was better than a generic movie, but just like even keel movies. Yeah, it's like but yeah, I hadn't seen it in so long. I was so glad it came up.
And I gave you 3 solid suggestions.
Yeah. We'll put them in there. We'll watch, hopefully.
Although I would love to know when you do Black Hole, because I want to see it, and I don't want to pay Amazon for it. I want someone else to pay for it. Oh yeah, I would say I would recommend it to you. That was way more enjoyable. I feel bad saying like it was amazing, like better than I thought it was going to be, but it's like it was better than I thought it was going to be. And then I like the color palette too. I kept thinking about how like they did a good job where it wasn't like completely different, like it wasn't like Willy Wonka different, like it's like we go all out, but it was still enough to be like, oh, it's still fantasy looking. There was enough of the color palette changes to identify when you're in the other world and when you're in the real world, because the real world has a lot of grays and stuff until the end of the film,
like saturated colors.
Yeah, like not even saturated, but like super toned down and earthy and just kind of like grungy old. The garden, the first look at the garden is just really just kind of dark and grungy. But then when you go to the other world, like it's brightly lit. It's got, all these other vibrant colors, which are still, they're toned down. They're still toned down. They're not super, super saturated, but they're brighter than the rest of the film to give it that nice distinction. Because then when you get to the really crazy colors, like in the garden scene, that sticks out a lot more. So I think it's a nice, good visual distinction.
Was it ever daytime in the Dreamland?
No, I don't think it ever was.
That's what I was trying to.
Even when she went there during the day, it was still night.
Oh, okay, that's what I was trying to remember. I was like, that would be a good way to distinguish them. But yeah, I would you recommend it, Nick?
Oh yeah,
Even though
definitely.
it was your idea to put it in. So
Yes, that was one of the few movies I had to put it in there originally. Anyway,
I would say so. So Coraline. I was going to say Caroline.
Caroline.
Caroline Babushka.
The mice tell me we call them Coraline.
I do love all the characters. They're all unique, and they've got enough of a character there that you just kind of know them from their mannerisms and their eccentricities. Boris,
even the two old sisters, like you can tell the difference between the two old sisters, where they probably should be the same character tropes, but it's like there's two very distinct. Like I feel like that would be like me and my sister. Like I could tell like there's like whatever dynamic that is. It's like, oh, there's like we love each other, but
we can't stand each other.
It's like I love you, but I would like it if you were not in the same room with me for a while. Go knit a dog sweater somewhere.
No. Go knit some dog angel wings.
Yeah, some dog angel wings. Well, the dog's still alive, and
wearing it.
And I don't know how you're going to stuff it after.
Oh.
You're not. Well, no. You stuff it as you take it to a taxidermist to stuff it.
Remember, that's what you wanted me to do to you.
Yeah, no, I know, but I like how the outfit. She's
Have you seen actual taxidermist dummies? They do not look right. There's uncanny valley worth levels of shit there.
That was it. He's like, yeah, you could just have me stuffed. I'm like, no.
But it would be funny.
No, it wouldn't.
No.
I'm dead, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, it's funny to you now.
It's funny to you because you're dead. You don't have to put up with you.
Exactly.
Because even in death, she has to put up with you still.
So it's funny to me because I'm dead.
Oh, I hate you. No, I'm not stuffing you.
We're not going to put glass eyes in your face, in your head, because that just looks really weird.
But it could be like one of those messed up taxidermy ones where I don't even look right.
See, the whole
You're not right. Wait. You're not now?
Yeah. No. I showed him all of these like taxidermy fails to be like, this is not what you want. And he's like, no, this is cooler. And I'm like,
this is exactly what I want. You do not. It's like, do not underestimate how the lengths I will go to fuck with you.
Like, no, I've talked about that way more than we were letting on. But yeah, we've had long taxidermy conversations. Like, no.
You guys need therapy. Or rather, he needs therapy.
It's natural to talk about our death plan.
Your death plan involves taxidermy. Of which one? Or both?
No. I just was more sad that you just assumed that I was going to outlive you. I was more...
Women outlive men.
Yeah, okay. I like how that's your plan.
I mean, there's that. So
I'm not stuffing you.
So to all the male listeners, you have a chance, which is terrible, and I apologize.
I'll have a collection of taxidermied husbands.
It's like, where do you want this one? Put him in the foyer. We're going to use him as a bookshelf anyways. He's got his hands up in the perfect position.
Oh, I'm 3 husbands away from the Last Supper.
One more husband and I get a free sub.
Just pose you in different positions. Like, I wonder.
Oh no, you have to have him where he's posable joints. He's got like 30-some points of articulation, so you can basically just start messing with them. Have different little face caps to put on him for different versions. Like when you want to be angry when you come home, just swap faces. He's just angry. It's like, why are you angry? I didn't do anything. I just got home.
Oh, you could be like our SH monsters are burning Godzilla and the ankle just falls off all the time. We're like,
or it could be like my 94 Godzilla and the head just keeps popping off.
You're like, oh.
We just won't take it for that. I need quality ball joints. If this is
quality ball joints, and at a certain point, you could actually make stop motion films with him. Could be some kind of weird surreal art Blanc kind of movie.
It's almost like he's alive.
It's almost like I miss him. However, number 12 was better.
I'm trying to think what other famous works of art we could do, like the creation thing, and a couple would be like, "We're alive." No, that'd be bad.
No. You could put in some animatronics in him, make him move.
Oh god, it'd be like
Could-
reverse Five Nights at Freddy's.
Or it would be like Pirates of the original Pirates of the Caribbean ride in the original haunted house.
Yeah.
Or it could be one of the animatronic, like, was it the President's Hall with the animatronic presidents?
Yes.
Oh no, you're giving him ideas now.
That's my job.
No,
I'm an ideas man. I can't follow through with any of them, but I give ideas.
oh my goodness.
7 years ago, we rated bad movies.
What president do you want to be? I'll let you think about it. We'll talk about it later.
You've got a number to choose from, so good luck.
He's like, I got the beard. I don't know. I feel like your face isn't quite long enough for Lincoln, but you got the beard. Oh goodness.
His face isn't long, but you could shave it, cut it. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Shave it. You could pass for a very, very aged Thomas Jefferson.
That would be great. Like he's on money. We got this.
You,
Oh well, before we get even more weird stuff, I guess we would all recommend Coraline, but I guess where could people find you? And or I guess if you, like Henry says, if you want people to find you,
I don't know. People have been trying to find me. There's like 17 different shows, but trying to find Bigfoot, and no one's found me yet. So good on them. Anyone can see me and find my work at drstudios.deviantart.com. You can also check me out at Draco Raylan at my Draco Raylan Twitch channel, which we just did an 8-hour stream working on a Pokemon art project. It's not done yet, so next weekend we'll continue to do a lot more stuff on it, and we'll hopefully get to the coloring process, which will take considerably less amount of time, but the majority of it was spent getting the rough stuff down for what I wanted to do. Normally doesn't take that long, but this is a very big kind of complicated art piece, so you can actually go and look at it on my Twitch. I'm also on Twitter at Deck Real Studios, as well as Martial Star Comic official. I also see my comic Martial Star at martialstar.thecomicseries.com, and I'm also on Facebook under Decorative Reality Studios and Martial Star, so you guys can everyone can contact me, rate me, report to finding Bigfoot that, hey, someone else besides them found me, and maybe get mountain monsters to stop hunting freaking ghosts. So
that sounds kind of like but what is the one movie where it's a wrestling match?
oh my god.
wait, a kaiju wrestling movie?
No, it's public domain horror movie characters, and it's set as SummerSlam.
I know who you're talking about, because there was I'm thinking of a wrestling character that may be public domain. I think they are. It's an old Mexican wrestler. There was a couple movies.
Like, what is it? It's like Frankenstein versus Wolfman and like Dracula, but they're like, I think they're like ECW wrestlers dressed like that like the characters. And then it has this whole plot of, I forgot, has Dave Foley in it and like some other wrestler. And there's this whole like through line, but I forgot what it is. It's the most amazing wrestling, because it feels like you're watching SummerSlam, because they have like all these hype videos where they go visit like Swamp Man. It's like Swamp Hag, isn't it? It's like Swamp Hag, and it's like they have the different matches, and like there's like the women's fight in the beginning, and then like the welterweight fight, and then if you just look up Dave Foley, it's under his movie, but I should add that to this because it's amazing. Like you have to like wrestling to like
if it's Dave Foley, that sounds amazing, because I'm a fan of Dave Foley and Kids in the Hall, guys.
Because he's one of the broadcasters, and he's just like really drunk the whole time. And I'm trying to remember who else is in it. Why does it's
sounding more and more familiar? But I think it's just because it sounds like a lot of stuff I probably have heard of.
It's like. And it's perfection. Like it just knows exactly what it is. It's not like
it knows what it is. It doesn't shy away from its absurdity. Yeah. It just thrives in it. Oh, that's a great.
It's
stuff.
Just literally
Monster Brawl.
Monster Brawl. It is amazing.
I think I've heard that. I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it.
You should because it is perfection. Like it was just like it knows exactly what it is. It's made exactly how you want it to be made, and then it just feels like you're watching like a SummerSlam brawl, and then it's like has all the hype and everything, and then it even has like a plot throughout the whole thing too. Like,
oh my god, it has plot.
It has like story, because there's like zombies in it. I have a feeling it kind of lost money toward the end because like the ending isn't amazing.
Yeah.
But like I feel like it's one of those things where it's like if you hype up like Sharknado, you're like just gonna let somebody, but I feel like Monster Ball could be hyped up to the peak and still just
probably.
Be like, but yeah. Well, we'll just wrap it up because I need to go to bed because I haven't slept since yesterday. So.
Yeah, no, it's time. It's like also like almost 6 for me.
Well, thank you so much for coming. If you ever want to come back, let me know. I won't.
I'd be more than happy to come back. This was fun, riffing on the movies and talking about stuff, because I do like a combination of riffing on the movie, but also talking about the production stuff that really stands out really well. It's fun.
Well, good. I guess good night. Good night.
You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you very much. I'll be more than happy to come back on next time.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for coming on.
It was so much fun. We're Coraline. Thanks.
Coraline. Goodbye, guys.
I mean, what happens when you're married? You just know what you're going to say anyway.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I'll just when you're taxidermied, I'll be like,
Oh, wait, you're serious?
yeah.